Yeah, I have one quick question actually. It is, I don't know if I should ask now,
Well, I don't know
but
either. We
this,
can find out.
yeah, this is, inshallah. This is that I'm married from last almost 10, 12 years now. And unfortunately, we don't have children. And now my wife is saying that we want to go for the adoption. I just want to know, is it allowed in Islam to go for the adoption of its child?
Okay. And have you tried other means? I'm pretty sure you did, but just to inquire about
Yes,
it.
yes, we did a lot of work on this one, but unfortunately it didn't work for us.
You never know. I wouldn't say unfortunately, brother Ishad. You really, really
Okay.
never know. It could be for the best of both of you. Allah the Almighty knows best. The ayah is very beautiful in this regard. Allah the Almighty says, يَهَبُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ إِنَاثًا وَيَهَبُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ الذُّكُورَ أَوْ يُزَوِّجُهُمْ ذُكْرَانًا وَإِنَاثًا وَيَجْعَلُ مَنْ يَشَاءُ عَقِيمًا. So He may give the couple boys or girls, or both boys and girls, or may make them sterile for His wisdom, and He knows best. I mean, I can talk enough to convince you and the audience that definitely whatever Allah the Almighty decreed for His servant is for the best of His welfare in this life and in the hereafter. So number one has to be pleased with Allah's decision for many reasons, because you're a believer and you believe in His decree, and mashallah, I can sense that from your tone and from your question. The brother's question is not about the decree anyway. He's asking about going for adoption. The word adoption itself is kind of allergic to some people. So right away when you write, is adoption halal in Islam, you will find the answer, no, it is forbidden and it is haram. What kind of adoption? What kind of adoption? What is forbidden is to adopt a baby and to give him or her your last name, so he or she will be treated like your own son from your line, like you are the biological parents, and this is not permissible. So what is not just permissible, also recommended, is to adopt an orphan, obviously an orphan, and to support them or raise them financially, morally, educate them until they grow up. The Prophet ﷺ said in this regard, أنا وكافل اليتيم في الجنة هكذا. So the kafala here is some sort of adoption by looking after an orphan, raising an orphan, adopting an orphan until they grow up, giving them the proper education, the proper nutrition, the proper schooling and everything, health care, so they grow up. But you don't give them your last name, so they keep their own names. You don't give them your last name, and they do not become your mahram. In other words, whenever you adopt a baby girl, she was like still being breastfed, and you're in the cradle. Now she's 19, she's 20, she's mashallah at a marriageable age. She's not actually your daughter. So there is no mahramiyya relationship between you and the girl. You raised her, but she's not your daughter. She's not your niece. So no shaking hands, no hugs and kisses, because she is not your biological daughter. The same with the boy for the foster mother. So what would we do in order to come out of this restrictions? We say if you adopt a child like from an orphanage, or you know that somebody's parents died and no one to look after them, and then you adopt this baby. If your sister can breastfeed this baby at least 5 times, then you've become like an uncle to her. So now there is a mahramiyya relationship between you and the baby, even when she grows up, because she's your niece due to breastfeeding or suckling. If it is a baby boy, if your sister-in-law can breastfeed the baby boy, or through a technical process, if the woman herself can happen through extracting milk to feed the baby 5 fulfill in times, 5 separate times, then in this case, the baby will become your own son or daughter due to ar-rada'. Due to ar-rada'. They become a mahram. But the only thing that they don't have the right in your inheritance, and you do not inherit from them. This is just to explain all the ahkam relating to adoption. Okay? They keep their names, their last names, if their last names are known. They grow up and they know that, mashallah, you're raising them, you're adopting them, and you're treating them like your own children exactly. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay? And it shouldn't hurt their feeling. That is better than staying in an orphanage. Okay? Meanwhile, through their breastfeeding, they will become your son or daughter due to ar-rada', as Allah the Almighty stated in Surah An-Nisa. So this is a perfect scenario, and it's a win-win situation. You will be rewarded definitely, and you would have a child. You can raise him or her or them. It can be more than one. The only restriction, as I said, don't give them your last name. And when you do so, when you adopt a child or an orphan, keep in mind your intention is not to give you some entertainment because you don't have any children and you need somebody to look after and get busy with. No, your intention is you want to be a companion to the Prophet ﷺ, you and your spouse in paradise, because he said, the person who look after an orphan will become so close to me in paradise like these 2 fingers, the middle and the index. So that should be your intention. And may Allah grant you both a goodly offspring. Ameen.